What up, y'all? It's your boy Yankees fan for life, aka the Wrestling Kid, and I'm back with another vid. Now, I want to apologize for yesterday. I guess I overreacted. You know what I'm saying? Once I realized that, I took the video down. But Undertaker 010, watch your mouth, son. Alright? So, today's topic is a non-wrestling topic. I'm going to talk about gays in the military, as you can see in the title up there. Alright? So let me see. Now, Yankees fan had to write a paper for school, and I decided to talk about this because the topic was I wrote this like a couple of weeks ago. I can't exactly remember what the topic was, but it was about culture and arguments that we've had concerning certain cultures and things like that. And so this is an argument that I had when I was in the Army about culture, and I had to argue this against bigoted, racist people, right? Gays in the military. Okay, so this is Yankee fans' paper, and then after I read this, just pretty much leave your thoughts and comments at the bottom. Alright, here we go. Okay, let's start out as military culture is something that I have had the honor and privilege of being a part of for the last 16 years of my life. When speaking in terms of culture, it is important to note that the U.S. military is a subculture of the American culture. I cannot write about one of these cultures without writing about the other. Although the U.S. military is an exclusive culture under the wing of the American government, there are certain liberties the American people enjoy that military personnel cannot. You didn't think I could write? Okay. One of those liberties is the freedom of expression. One expression in particular is the expression of gay love or a homosexual lifestyle. The U.S. military is in the process of overturning its Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. But in the meantime, there are many homosexual men and women who serve in our military but yet cannot freely express themselves and be truthful about their sexual orientations for fear of being discharged and losing their careers. I have a problem with this and have had numerous debates with fellow co-workers of mine. I am going to share the two different points of view with you. From my standpoint, I personally know many gay men and women in the U.S. military who have competently defended this country with no fear. They have defended a country that promises its citizens the rights and freedom to live any lifestyle that they choose as long as that lifestyle is not harmful to others. Meanwhile, these very soldiers themselves cannot enjoy the rights that they fight for. There are also civilian citizens that strongly protest against homosexuals in America and in the U.S. military, but these protesters themselves will not volunteer to go to war for their own rights, liberties, and freedom. The American culture is heavily based on diversity, and that diversity is based on freedom, and that freedom is protected every day by soldiers from all different backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures, creeds, colors, religions, and sexual orientations. This very country prides itself in being a melting pot of diverse groups, cultures, and views, but yet every decade of every century that this country has been established, its citizens have been fighting for a different freedom that was promised to us in the 1700s by our so-called forefathers. Different groups and subgroups of those groups have had to fight for every single liberty that is being enjoyed today. Those liberties include things such as being able to read, being able to vote, and being able to simply marry someone with whom we are in love. In closing of my argument, I must state that the business of homosexual men and women only being allowed to serve our country as long as they keep their sexual preferences a secret once again, in closing of my argument, I must state that if the business of homosexual men and women only being allowed to serve our country as long as they keep their sexual preferences a secret continues, then the hypocrisy that this country feels so openly comfortable to practice will ultimately be its downfall. In order to truly say that this is a free country, this country's citizens must be allowed to practice their freedom, all their freedoms. That is my argument. Now I will divulge the opposing arguments. And I guess I can read that too. From the opposite point of view on the topic of gays in the military, I have been told that homosexuals shouldn't be allowed to identify their sexual orientation in the open because that will lead to them being able to dress, talk, and act out in ways that will make heterosexual soldiers feel uncomfortable. These soldiers openly expressing themselves in this manner will also be an embarrassment to the military and other countries will not take us seriously. The argument was also made that our military culture has been this way since its birth and that open homosexuality is a threat to the military structure and existence. That's bullshit. I was told that homosexuals shouldn't even be allowed to go to war because they will either act out cowardly or sexually during battle. That's stupid. That is the end of the opposing argument. In order to bridge the differences between our two perspectives, I offered up the scenario of putting that person in the shoes of the subject. I was told that no one would ever have to worry about that scenario becoming reality. I also posed the question, what if the subject at hand was a family member of yours? How would you feel about it then? The answers I was given was that they would disown the family member or that there are none or never will be any gay individuals in their families. Yeah, right, whatever. In the end, we agreed to disagree on this topic as neither one of us could be swayed to relate to the other person's point of view. Okay, that's my paper, and I'd like to know what your comments and feelings are on that subject. Alright? So, this is your boy Yankee Fan for Life, aka the Wrestling Kid, and I do what I want. Peace.